when it's a compliment too,
Yeah.
though. You'd be like, whoa, no, it's that guy.
Exactly.
But then whenever they're like, da-da-da-da-da, you did that, it's like, whoa, no, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, don't attack me because I didn't do whatever you're getting mad about.
I understand
So,
that.
because, like, I'll give it both ways, in just the same way I will fess up to the problem that I caused, generally immediately, because before I used to hide it. And it's like, but as I got older, I'm like, no, I'll just immediately confess. And be like, yeah, I fucked up. I went to a house one day
It's
working
so
with my
much
brother.
easier.
And I dropped a pot. They didn't tell me this pot thing. Okay, like I'm still upset about it because it was just one of those, like, it was just a shelf.
It's like, yes, I did it, but I'm pissed off because it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was just a shelf full of freaking pots and ceramic pots and other glass jars. And I went around it, and they didn't let me know that the hammer that they had been using was over here on this, like, seal. And I, like, bumped it. I'm like, oh no! And it hit the freaking shelf and just broke one of the pots. And I was like, oh my god. So then the lady comes downstairs.
Pure accident, yeah.
I immediately told her, I'm like, hey, I broke your pot. Like, they told me be careful around it. I didn't realize this was here. I'm like, but I broke that. And she's like, oh, that's fine. I'm like, alright, just wanted to let you know.
How relieving is that? You know, because that,
I was worried
like I
I
was
was gonna have to
talking
pay
to you
for it.
yesterday,
Yeah.
where I was like, and I'm not going to go into that example again, but the same thing like with that, if like you just didn't confess, how much bigger could that have gotten? To where all of a sudden it's like you leave the job, you haven't informed, you leave the job, you finish the job, and then your boss is getting called saying that you
did something.
property damage, right? Blah blah blah, and it could escalate to something so huge, but because you were like, hey man, I did this, it's like, cool.
Yep.
Thanks for telling me.
She immediately was just like, yeah, no, it's fine. She's like, I'm sorry it happened. I'm like, I am extremely sorry too. And she's like, no, it's all good. She's like, I get it. This stuff happens. We moved on with our day.
Yeah.
Continue the job.
Yep. But it could have been big, but it wasn't.
Yep.
You cut it off.
Yeah, no, Michael walked up to me after she walked by. He's like, oh, okay, good. Moved on about his life. I was like,
that's an interesting thing too. We got to get him back on the show, by the way.
We do.
It's been over a year. He was on the episode. He was on first episode. He needs to come back on. Maybe we can get him on the 3-year. Maybe we can get him on the 3-year anniversary.
The odds.
Well, I mean, hopefully then we can have it more consistent. But I want to get him back on. But I want it to be a big thing to bring it back on, because like he was great. Minimal, but
what he added,
maximum.
Yeah, what he added was fantastic. All right,
because he was more of a listener, a passive listener. But then he would, when he piped up, it was like that spawned whole conversations.
Yeah.
Off of a sentence.
Which is great, but like,
yeah,
honestly,
beautiful.
so far, male-wise, you have been one of the best guests. Honestly.
Yeah, I'd say on par with Caleb.
Yeah, like Caleb is our only other guest that I've honestly been like, he's a great guest.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've had multiple female guests, and they've all been fantastic.
They've all knocked it out of the
because
park.
they like talking. And it's great because they like, and I don't want to again not being sexist. It's just they have so much to say.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. So like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm gonna
They knock
listen.
it out of the park
Yeah.
every time.
Right.
It's so great.
Which is another thing. Women like to extend the stories.
Yes.
Men just blah blah blah. Done.
This is it.
Yeah.
Except for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a learned trait.
It is a very learned
It's
trait.
a learned trait because it's
Isn't that odd though? That for a guy, at least for you, it's learned versus it's just
natural. Yeah.
I say it's a learned trait because I guess with talking to females, but then trying to be a storyteller and things like that, I've learned that it's better to weave the yarn. You know, spin.
I'd rather do that on paper.
You know,
If I'm talking to you face to face, I'm just gonna say what I'm gonna say.
I'm not a writer, but I've learned to be a writer through dialogue.
Yeah, you're a storyteller. You're an
Yeah.
actual storyteller, like
Yeah.
old school style wise.
Oh, I missed. But yeah, so it's a learned trait, and playing Dungeons and Dragons really helped.
That does help a lot.
Dude, DMing has been fun.
Yeah, DMing
I'm
really
about
helped.
to start another campaign.
Thank God. It's about time.
by the
'cause,
way-
I mean, I wish I had time. I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
I think I have time to play because I can play once a week, but I
Probably.
don't have time to. Because whenever I was
Write down
DMing, when
a
I was
story.
DMing, I was taking my whole week was writing,
Literally figuring out what's gonna happen.
making characters, writing, getting this ready, making sure that I just have the knowledge.
Dude, no, like you could ask Drew. Like he would catch me spending time just grabbing character sheets and be like, I need to make this character for this next thing. And I would spend days just literally going through the books, figuring out what I need to do,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
just say, all right.
Because like you don't notice as the player when you sit down and it's like, oh, we're gonna play for like 3 hours or whatever. You
Yeah.
don't notice that, oh, this 3 hours was actually the preamble to it was
Like, oh.
12, 14 hours of preparation.
Yeah, just so you can knock it out. And
Now,
get
granted,
everything.
it's not just for that 3 hours, but
Generally,
it's
it's
like 14
longer,
hours
but, like,
of like preparation for like what would be 6 or 7 hours of play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
And sometimes shorter because like they may just fly through whatever you're doing. You're like, well, now I have to come up with stuff on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
improving is hard. Also,
That's actually where I shine. I prefer it.
Yeah. Improving is way more fun. Consistent improving is hard.
Yes.
that is very hard.
Consistent improving. Improving is easy, but then as soon as the players realize that you've had a lapse of inconsistency, they break it. They break that game.
They go for that freaking.
It's like Smaug. It's like Smaug, where it's like he's an indestructible, impenetrable dragon. Wait, there's one little hole. Pew!
Yeah.
Let's get
Dead
this
dragon. It's
But-
like that. If your story, your campaign is Smaug, this impenetrable fortress, and it's like, oh, we found one little hole,
There's a chink in his armor.
one
let's
little
get it.
chink. Nail it.
That is a good.
Sorry. We interrupted you both.
There is another free version of D&D.
Oh, you were telling me about this. the
Yeah,
other day.
it's called Basic
I'll be right
Fantasy.
back.
You can give them money for the physical books, $9 a book,
Yeah.
but they're like, you don't have to give us money. Money helps with coming up with new ideas and getting everything to publish, but it's not necessary. So it is a free alternative to D&D, where because Wizards has been having a lot of issues,
A lot.
not just with printing errors, but with inconsistency of characters, inconsistency of races.
Which makes
even
no
though,
sense, even though they have their source material is literally a lot of fantasy worlds.
yeah,
But they have so much to play from. How are you having inconsistency? But sorry, that's me having an
Yeah.
issue with like looking
but
at what they
the whole orcs are racist thing. No, orcs are not racist. They don't represent anybody.
at all. Like, because
They represent-
men are men, period, in that world. In most fantasy world, men are men. Doesn't matter what color, creed, or whatever they are.
And the thing is, in the start of the rulebook,
Let's do it.
in the start of the rulebook, it even states, hey, these are just basic rules. You can do whatever you want.
Yep.
In the start of the book. But no, because people are rules lawyers, they go straight from what it says in the book. No, you can create your own fantasy world, have the races be completely different.
Like,
And they're not even technically races, there's different species.
I was gonna say that's the thing that I don't get about D&D is like really. Oh my God, Dylan.
We have to end that. It's 41 minutes. It's time to end this episode.
Alright,
Do you want to summarize?
yeah. But Wizards has been having issues. And if you want a free alternative, go do Basic
Go ahead, that
Fantasy.
way,
It runs on the same system. It has the same races and classes, but somewhat different story arcs, and it's just a fun game to play.
Yeah.
It is a free alternative if you want to give them money, $9 a book.
Good.
Which D&D books?
Or
if
$50.
mine- Okay, well,
They're-
I think I bought mine used for 30.
Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah,
They're
or you
$40
have
to
this other
$50.
one that's 10
Wait,
bucks.
what is it?
Basic Fantasy.
Basic fantasy. I gotta put that on because I'm, as I said,
That's an
I'm trying to
interesting
make-
concept,
I'm trying
yeah.
to make this easy.
But then you said it's all free PDFs.
Yeah, it's all free PDFs. And it is it's a free alternative to D&D, but it runs on the same D20 system,
Yeah.
same combat system, same everything.
Based on 5th edition D&D? Or is it earlier
It's
D&D?
a mixture of 3.5 and 5.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because
it's
it
4th
has the
edition.
grapple mechanic and everything.
Oh, okay. So it's 4th edition. No.
Nobody talks about 4th edition.
There are a few things from 4th edition that were actually good
that were
changes.
good, yeah.
Overall, it just wasn't.
But yeah, that's the basic summary.
Alright. Because honestly, I need to get one. I need to get a rule book for the game. I need to get actual dice again.
Yeah.
A whole set of freaking dice for my players. Because I know none of them actually have. They have MTG dice
Yeah.
and not D&D dice. So I have to buy a bunch of D20s and other stuff.
I recommend for that Amazon for like $10 you can get 10 sets of dice.
10 cents.
10 sets of the where it's a D20, D12,
It's
D6.
all 7 dice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, all 7. And it's like
That's
10
a
cents.
good-
That's what
a
I did.
decent amount, then.
That's how I started my collection of dice. And it was fairly cheap.
That's a decent amount. I may have to do
Yep.
that.
They're just not the prettiest dice, but who cares? We
Yeah,
get
no,
the
if the
job
player
done.
wants the prettiest dice,
You
they
go
can
buy
get
your
you-
freaking pretty dice.
I'm supplying you dice.
Yes.
You can just get your own if you want a set. Because that's what we did when I started playing with Dylan. I brought my own dice. So I was like, these are mine.
Yep.
It's like, but I'll play with yours if for some reason I felt like, because I don't know if you're that type of player, but if like my dice aren't rolling the way that I feel like they
Change
should
dice.
roll, I'm
Yep,
changing dice.
that's how I am. I also name my dice. Just that's a habit that I have.
Like you give them each individual names, or
Yes.
you give them? Oh,
No,
okay.
I give each set an individual.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, or do you give like the group?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, because I can get behind the group naming, because I'm totally fine with that.
Like I have a set of orange dice. They're called Larfleets. I have a red and blue or yellow and blue dice set that is called Booster Gold. There's a theme here. They're all DC characters.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Austin over here playing, but you said we're already at 40 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta end it with a bang. Because if we're making a special episode, a 45 minute, that's a special, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Why are you playing this guitar?
Because I'm outside. That guitar, I'm babying.
I mean, it is cold versus hot, so alright, fair enough. You want to start us?
I don't know the thing.
Yeah, you just sing.
I cannot sing.
Neither can I. That's okay.
We're sitting on the back porch and I'm sitting with my friends and we're just smoking and talking about how the world's gonna end.
Exactly. I'm just playing here, talking to my best friend as we smoke and we drink and look at the pretty little things.
You got nothing to say to me, and that's okay. We're still friends. We're closer than that, it seems.
Oh, dude, I had another line, but okay, yeah, that's it. And all of this time, we pretend that it's okay to be the way that we are in the end. Let's be a family.
I can change the beat.
Let's
If
be
you
a
sing.
family.
I'm also that improv.
Yeah, you talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
He's not good at improvisation, and he said that to me when talking about D&D and me and we.
And
Weed.
yeah, that's what I said. We.
I thought you said weed.
Okay.
Weed.
Me.
We, right? It's like a campfire song.
Yeah.
All we need now is just a little smoke and fire. Let's go ahead and set this whole world ablaze. I just need another moment. Won't you take it with me? We can watch this whole world as it blaze. I don't smoke either. I thought you were gonna jump in here.
Oh no, I assumed you were gonna rap.
Oh no, I was enjoying this moment. We can call this the melodical.
This is a bridge.
Yeah. Hey, we've been sitting here with Jacob every day talking about this nonsense that we never really get to play. Everybody's looking like a crazy. Everybody's looking crazy. Everything that we say, you can look it up and search it. That's what I was trying to say. I don't have it right now.
I'll try.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be okay as long.
Although the melodical singing part with it would probably be better.
I was looking around and I was thinking. I see. I can't play the same beat and sing.
I got
It
you.
doesn't work that way.
Wait, am I coming back?
If you can.
I don't know if I can. As I said, I'm not feeling it.
Okay, I guess I'll just sing about whatever I can. Looking around and I see all I see is and I can't play it while I sing. Not this beat, it's too complex for me. Even though it's simple, you see, I gotta change it up so that I can play and
This is a
sing.
ballad.
Oh, yeah. So we're sitting on the back porch, we're smoking and drinking, talking about D&D and seatbelts and the Bidens and everything in between.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's
a lot.
Hey, I was thinking about Star Wars the other day and how it's kind of turned pretty freaking gay, and I don't like it too much anymore, but I know you do, and that's okay. I'm not talking to either of you.
That was terrible, but I love it.
It's been a while since I've done improv singing. I usually just put it all
yeah,
on
you
you.
usually just like James sing.
James, sing now.
Doing this thing. Don't worry, we're always scripted.
Yeah, this is all on script. We actually wrote that song 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a lot of work actually to figure out how to like properly put in the pauses and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really well thought out. I mean, the whole show's scripted. Did you like your part?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
It was a good read. You did a great read on
Yeah,
that.
great read. Should be a reoccurring character? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe.
Peace.